In this video, I'm going to explain and tell you the story as to how I got from London, UK to Kraków, Poland. I'm also going to speak to you about my relationship with comfort zone and how I think you and everyone should leave theirs at some point in their life by moving countries. And finally, my relationship with the UK, with London, how it's doing. So let's get into the video. Hello guys, my name's Alex. I was born in Poland. I was born in a small town called Tomaszów Lubelski. At the age of 4, my family moved to London. Matter of fact, it was me and my mom. My dad was already there. And we moved to Brixton, London. And I've lived there all my life. I've lived there all my life until now. So this is a crazy video for me to make because this is my first time living in my motherland. A bit more about me. I studied electrical engineering at Loughborough University. I also worked at Cambridge Consultants, and this was in Cambridge, and I worked as like a software hardware test engineer, and I also did an internship in London as an AI engineer. And yeah, that's my experience. So the first thing I wanted to speak about is comfort zone. Since I've moved countries, I've left my comfort zone, and it's direct. Every time you leave the street, things are just different. And here's the thing, I have a huge advantage because I can speak Polish. Cześć, jak się masz? So I can at least communicate with people. I still experience the culture shocks, but at least I experienced them in Polish. Straight up, let me tell you a story, okay? I had to go to a doctor yesterday, okay? I walk into the doctor's office, you say hello, dzień dobry, dzień dobry. You sit down, proszę siadać, okay? You sit down on a chair. The chair is on the other side of the room. And I just sat there. I sat there for 2 minutes, silent, staring out the window. Oh my gosh. And I was like moving like this. And she was looking at me like I was bugging. It was just so strange to me that there's zero interaction. Whereas in the UK, when I used to go to my GP, it would be more of a situation. I'm opening a little bit. Oh, hello, how are you? I'm good, thank you. How's your day been? Yeah, it's been alright. How about you? Yeah, it's been good, fantastic. Come sit down, lovely. Let's talk about your problems. Like that. Okay? So, instantly, very big difference. Silence versus small talk. Yeah? Just one thing that I've already experienced here. And it's great. Like, I'm not complaining. This is how Poland is. This is how a lot of people are. They're very direct. They do their job. They don't F around. Simple. So yeah, that's the first point. Second point, let's talk about the current situation in the UK and in London. Before I speak about this, I want to highlight that I love London. Like, I love it. It's the place that I will always find myself going back to because I'm biased. I've lived there all my life. I love the place. Especially, I love South London. It's the trenches, but that's where I was made. And that's who I am now. So yeah, I have a special relationship with that place, and it always will be the case. Nevertheless, the UK is in a very interesting place, how would I say, and slightly negative connotation there. If you go on the news, there's a lot of turmoil. Yeah, that's the best word. There's a lot of ruckus, yeah. Just a lot of stuff is going on, and it's just something that's going. There's an undertone. It's an undertone, but I feel it. To add to that, London is a very special place, as I mentioned. It's one of the biggest cities in the world, which attract the biggest talent in the world from everywhere. Okay, what that causes is insanely high competition, and to add to that, the current job market in the UK for graduates isn't the best. Inflation has been rising since, and salaries haven't tracked inflation at all. Okay, London is extremely expensive. Okay, if you're not in that top 1% that's getting those big tech, big finance jobs, you are going to struggle in London, and that's the reality. And I'm going to tell you in my next point my story of how I was forced, pretty much. Not forced, but it was my plan B to come here. It wasn't my plan A. But yeah, that's the current situation. Now, it's a great place, don't get me wrong. If you are an ambitious individual that you want to really explode your career, that is the place to be, 100%. and I'm planning to go back one day. I don't know when that is, but right now is not the time because I wasn't chosen. I wasn't chosen to stay in London at this point in my life. Simple. Let's get to the story. I graduated last year, literally bang on last year, 16th of July, so it's 19, bang on last year. Okay, I graduated, I don't have a job. It took me 6 months to find a job, okay, straight up, 6 months, okay, we're in December. December, I get a job offer in Poland for a software engineering role. Amazing, that's my first proper job offer, okay. Very soon after that, I get another job offer in England. It's ambiguous as to location. It was a terrible job offer. I took it because I had nothing else to do. There was nothing else for me. I worked there for 3 weeks, okay, because the place was terrible. Terrible, okay. It's not even worth discussing why, because it was that bad. And then I found an internship. I found an internship in London as an AI engineer at a company called SumUp, and I had an amazing time. I did loads of really cool stuff. I met loads of cool people. I really grew as an engineer. It was the first time I got to build, for example, applications from A to Z. I actually got to apply some of the passion I have for machine learning. I worked with people that I actually wanted to work with, like machine learning engineers, and I got to learn also about product. Like, it was great. I put a lot of effort into the internship, and I thought I was gonna get hired, but I didn't. Simple. Why didn't I get hired? I don't really know the reason why to this day. It's not really something useful to dwell on. It was said to me that I was a great intern, and we wish we could hire you, but we can't because there's no money in the company, and there's no place for you. That's it. That's the news I got. You have to move on. Simple. Just like that. Bam. You have to move on. At that moment, I knew I'm going to Poland. Simple. This was hard because at that moment, I knew I had to leave a lot of people behind. Pretty much everyone. Everyone super close to me I had to leave behind. I'm not actually leaving them behind, but geographically speaking, I am. And that was a very hard thing because it took me 6 months to find something. The thing was terrible. I then found another opportunity, which I thought was the one. And it was like, nah, this ain't it. And you can obviously look at it in a negative way, but there's no point. Like those were experiences I obviously needed to have, and they were fantastic. And I've grown as a person already so much because of those things. And I have thick skin now, literal calluses on my hands. And now I'm here, and I'm very grateful, and I'm happy to have or will be having a job very, very soon. Yeah, that's my story. If you really enjoyed this content, subscribe. Like this video because I will be making more videos here about my life here as a software engineer in Poland. Any questions you have, let me know. Thank you very much. Bye bye.